I'm Jeanette Herdman, and this is Scrap in Style. Today's program is all about inspiration, where to get it and how to use it. We're going to show you how something as simple as a magazine ad or a t-shirt can be the foundation for a scrapbook layout that'll last for generations. Also, you'll see how scrapbooking with a friend can challenge you to think outside the box. Plus, we'll be visiting with one of the industry's top designers, Jenny Bolin, and see where she gets her inspiration. So are you ready to be inspired? Let's get started. Everybody's creative juices run dry from time to time, but I've got the perfect primer to help them get flowing again. It's a little scrapper's challenge that I like to call the rules. What you do is you get together with a friend and you each make up 3 to 5 rules that you have to abide by when creating your layout. I've invited my friend Kelly here to help me demonstrate how it's done. Kelly, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
All right, have you been thinking about your rules?
I have been.
All right, well, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Okay, Jeanette, your first rule is you must use at least 3 different pieces of pattern paper.
All right, your first rule is you have to use hand stitching on your page.
Okay. Your second rule is you have to use doodling.
Your second rule is you have to use some kind of bling on your page, something sparky or glittery.
That sounds exciting. And your third rule is, and you're gonna love this, you have to use something out of your trash.
Out of the trash? Your third rule is you have to use something organic on your page. Can you handle it?
I think so.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, we've got 1 hour starting now. Okay, I've got my 3 different pattern papers, and actually this pattern paper is the thing that I found from the trash, so I kind of cheated, but hey, I got the job done. And here's my doodling all over my pictures, which I kind of liked. What about you, Kelly?
Okay, here's the first one, my hand stitching. And look at the wooden letters for organic and a little bit of bling bling.
That's great, Kelly.
Thanks.
So that's the rules. Next time your creative juices stop flowing, call up a friend and give it a try. I'm here in historic Franklin, Tennessee at Scarlet Scales Antiques with Jenny Bolin, one of the scrapbooking industry's top designers. Jenny's worked for years as a product developer, author, and creative director. In 2003, she was inducted into Creating Keepsakes Hall of Fame. You've really done it all, haven't you?
I have.
You have. Jenny, so when you're designing layouts, what are some of your goals? Like, what are some of the messages that you want to convey?
You know, I have 2 children, and I think that that's the biggest audience that I'm looking at when I sit down to do it.
Right.
So I tend to scrapbook a lot more about, you know, things that I want them specifically to remember, or values that I'm trying to instill in them now, and hoping that they'll come back to that someday and remember.
Yeah. Now you've got some great stuff going on, you know, with your own designs. Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, my husband and I started our own website in February. That was our launch month, and we do monthly kits. I brought one of the kits with me here today, and this is one of the 2 kits that we offer. This is a project kit, and customers get everything that they need to make this specific project. And this month it's these fun flowers.
So cute.
It's cute. I've displayed it here in a way that would really be fun in your house if you wanted to do that, but minus the wire, and you've got great embellishments for your scrapbook pages as well.
Now, but you also have a kit that you can do scrapbooking layouts as well, right?
Our biggest kit that we offer on a membership basis is our paper crafting kit, is what we call it, and The basis of that is that you get all of your papers and your embellishments and everything completely coordinated, sent to you right to your home. You just order it off the site. It comes to you, especially if you're a member, you just get billed each month, comes right to your house. And we have a gallery that goes up in the middle of the month every month and shows you ideas. I have guest designers come in. We've had Heidi Swap, Faye Morrow Bell, a lot of industry names, Allie Edwards. And I have a gallery as well. And people, once they get their kits, can gain inspiration then from the gallery and make layouts.
That's great.
From it.
That's so great. Why don't you tell our viewers what the website address is?
It's jennybolin.com. Pretty easy to remember.
I need to sign up for that right away. Jenny, it has been so great to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. I've enjoyed it.
Let's do it again sometime.
I'd love to.
All right. As a mom of 5, I'm always looking for new ideas to help keep my kids entertained. A lot of times I get ideas from other moms or magazines, so what I decided to do was make a family fun jar. Anytime I get a new idea, like go on a nature walk with my kids or do a scavenger hunt in the house, or my personal favorite, watch Mom's scrapbook, I just take a strip of paper, I write the idea, and then I put a length of ribbon on the end of it and staple it together and I put it in the jar. So next time I hear, "Mom, I'm bored," I'm covered. You may not know it, but you can find inspiration for a scrapbooking layout in almost anything. It's literally all around you and right at your fingertips. For this layout, I'm actually using some memorabilia from a great trip that my husband and I recently took. Last year, we traveled to Guangdong, China, where we finalized the adoption of our daughter, Phoenix. We were quickly enamored with Chinese culture and the beauty of its traditions and people. As adoptive parents, we know that we need to take every opportunity to expose her to her birth culture. So what I decided to do was to create a layout for Phoenix, and for my inspiration pieces, I'm actually using some Chinese currency that we got on our trip and an Asian influenced shirt right out of my closet. I really love working with these new Heidi Swap masks, and I had the perfect one to recreate that botanical print from my shirt that I showed you earlier. They're really easy to use. They're adhesive on the back, so you're just going to stick them down onto your plain cardstock or your pattern paper, whatever you want to use, and then you're going to apply a pretty thick layer of paint. Now what I did here was I actually placed the mask on the far right of the page. I had the design kind of going off the page because it looks like it's continuing on. It creates that illusion of continuing on. After your paint is dry, you're going to peel off the mask and voila, you've got your beautiful design. In order to recreate the coins, I used a combination of embossing powder, embossing ink, and a rubber stamp. What you're going to do is you're going to take your rubber stamp, whatever image you want to use, and you're going to use an embossing ink or some kind of ink or acrylic paint or something that's kind of going to be tacky because you need something for the embossing powder to adhere to. So you're just going to coat your stamp, stamp your image, and then sprinkle your embossing powder. Embossing powder is just so great. It's super versatile, it's very forgiving, and shake off your excess, and I can save that for later, okay? Then you're going to take your heat gun and all right, now I'm putting an image inside the circle. So before the embossing powder dries, I'm going to lay the stamp right inside. This little stamp here is actually called a chop. It's something we had made in China when we were getting Phoenix, and it has her name carved in English and in Chinese. It's just kind of a neat souvenir and keepsake for her, so I wanted to include it on this layout. This is how the final layout turned out. I've incorporated the coins and the botanical print from the shirt, and this is me and Phoenix just a few minutes after she was placed in my arms. Next time you're feeling uninspired, just go rummaging through your closets or your pockets. You never know where your next muse may be lurking. I hope today's program inspired the designer in you to create more than just scrapbook layouts, but lasting masterpieces. For Scrap in Style, I'm Jeanette Herdman. See you next time.